Alright, welcome to lesson 97, where we're going to continue our discussion about some statistics. We're going to be talking about mean, median, mode, and range. Now, right off the bat, I'm just going to let you know we've already talked about one of these, and that's because average, which was our last lesson, is exactly the same thing as mean. So when we say the mean, it's the same thing as the average. Okay? By the way, all of these M words, mean, median, and mode, are all calculations to kind of help you figure out the central number or the most popular number, or kind of there are different ways to calculate kind of which number is kind of in the middle. All right? Sort of. They're calculated different ways, but they all have their own objective and their own purpose. But these three words, these three calculations, mean, median, and mode, are all calculations to help us get some idea statistically about the numbers that you're working with. Okay? And range, I'll show you what range is in just a second. Alright, you've already done the warm-up, and let's talk about today's new concept and learn about these four different terms and how we calculate them. Alright, mean. As mentioned in lesson 96, we already talked about the average, and that is just another word for average. The word mean means average. Okay? So we've already talked about that. Here's just a quick review. If you're given a list of numbers, as we are here, these are 7 test scores. There are your 7 test scores, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're going to find out what's the average on all 7 of those. He didn't score the same on all 7. You notice, look at how low this one is. But we want to find out if he did score the same with the same total on all of them, what would be the same total score on all 7 together, what would be the score? So you got to add all these up. So 80, 85, 85, 10, 90, 90, and 85. Add all those up, which is going to be 525, and then you divide by 7 scores, and you're going to get 75 is your average, or your mean. And again, if you had estimated, you'll notice that some of these numbers, the highest numbers are 90, and then you have a really low number of 10. That's going to pull the average down. But most of the numbers are right around 85, lots of 85s there, 80. So this 10 pulls it down even further because it's so far away from all the others. Then that brings the average down to 75. The median. The median is the number that's right in the middle. Not the middle as far as the average, not the mathematical middle, but the middle as far as counting the number of numbers. So what you do here is, to find the middle number, you have to put them in order, in increasing order. So that's what we're going to do here. If I put these in increasing order, 10, 80, 85, 85, and if there are repeats, you got to write them down. Write the repeats down. 10, 80, 85, 85, 85, then there are 2 90s. And the way you do this is you cross one out at the front and the back. Cross one out the front and the back, front and the back. And now if you have one middle number, that would be your middle number, also called the median. If you're driving down a highway, there are big cement blocks in the middle of the 2 directions of traffic. That sometimes is called as the median, or the middle part of the road that separates the 2 directions, the 2 traffic ways. So this is your median, the middle number. It's not mathematically the average or the mean. We're just counting from lowest to highest and finding the middle. The range is the difference between the lowest number and the highest number. Okay? So we already found the median. I told you it was 85. We put them in increasing order. Now to find the range, we take the highest number, 90, and we subtract the lowest number, 10, and the range is 80. That means if you were to count starting here at 10 and go all the way up to the highest number of 90, that is 80 steps to go from 10 up to 90. That's your range of all the numbers, lowest to highest. So to find the range, you take the highest number minus the lowest. The mode is the most popular one. So the one that appears the most times. So you don't have to put them in any particular order, but you just have to find out which one appears the most times. Sometimes it's helpful to list them and group them together to see which one appears the most times. You'll see there's 110, there's 180, there are 2 90s, and there are 3 85s. So since 85 appears the most times, that is your mode. And there can be more than one mode. If you had 2 numbers and both of them appeared 3 times, you would say both of those numbers are the mode. Okay? By the way, I'll back up here, and if you have a list of numbers, this list of numbers, by the way, is an odd number of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you have an even number of numbers, you're going to have 2 middle numbers. If you have 2 middle numbers, you take the average of those 2, and that would be your median. Maybe we'll come across one like that. So here's our practice. Find the mean, median, mode, and range. All of these. They're going to give you one set of numbers, and you're going to find all 4 of those values. Statistics is used everywhere. So this is a very practical mathematical skill that is applied in many fields. So let's find, first thing we might want to do is put them in increasing order. Oh, they already are. How nice. Oh, nope, they're not. 90 and then the 85. So let's put them in increasing order. 50, 80, 85, 3 90s. You can see that's our mode already. So, and then a 100. Let's see if we got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing one here. Oh, there's a 95. Let's squeeze a 95 in here. Okay. So our range is 100 minus 50, the largest minus the smallest. 100 minus 50 is 50. That is your range right there. The one that appears the most times is 90. So 90 is your mode. And to find the median, we have them in increasing order. Cross one off from the front, back, front, back, front, back, and you'll notice if we did front and back again, we wouldn't have any numbers. So we're going to have 2 middle numbers. They're both the same. If you take the average of 90, 90, you're just going to get 90. So 90 is also your mean. And then to find, your median, my fault. Median. Now to find the average, you would add all of these up and divide by the number of numbers that you have. So you have to add all of these numbers up, get the total, and then divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as we mentioned. So take the total and divide by 8. And that will be your average, or your mean. And I'll let you do that. So, same thing here. Let's just talk about them, and then I'll let you do them. We're going to find all 4 of these statistical values. First, put them in increasing order. Oh, I forgot one again. Sorry. Okay? So, you could do, lots of these go really fast. The average is probably the most mathematically involved one. So, range is going to be 31 minus 25. You can figure that out, and that number would be your range. And then the mode is going to be the one that appears the most. That's your 31. The median is the one in the middle. Front, back, we have one middle number, which would be 30. And then average, you got to add all these up. Take the total divided by, in this case, 5. 5 numbers. And then here, median. Let's write these in increasing order. Oh, they already are. Great. So 75, 80, they're increasing. Great. So median is the middle number. Front, back, front, back. Oh, we have two middle numbers, 80 and 90. So what we want is, if you have two middle numbers, you want the number that's right in the middle of those two. So how do you do that? You have to take the average of just those two middle numbers. 80 plus 90 divided by 2, and you're going to get 85. Okay? 85 is right in the middle of 80 and 90. Alright, I hope that is helpful. You go on and do the problem set, and keep working hard. Show your work, show your steps, be detailed, take your time. You're learning through the process. Okay? The process and the method and the strategy is just as important, if not more so, than getting the correct answer. Okay, keep up good work and let me know if you have questions.